we're going live. We're live.
Oh, we're live.
We're on the YouTubes. We're live on the YouTubes.
Getting on them tubes.
Get to texting the peoples and letting them know.
Yep.
We're on that live, dog.
There we go. I love that. I get the notifications.
I know. Same.
Yep,
All right, let's see.
Good. Just
Copy
turn
the
my
link.
phone down right quick. There it is. You can putting it on the Facebooks.
I want to get the chat
Dope.
up quick.
Put it on the Feebooks. The Feebooks.
Facebook.
Facebook?
Oh wow, we already have 3 viewers. That's crazy. How did that happen?
I'm not even on it yet, so we have.
Oh wow, so we have 1 viewer. Sweet. We have a view.
Hi,
Hi,
everybody.
viewers. What we got on here today?
Hi, everybody.
All right, you want to take bets? Who's coming in today? It's going to be Thirst Homeless,
Mhm.
and it's going to be James might come in late.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Who else? I think those are going to be our main 2. We
Yep,
might have
always.
Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny will stop by if he's not busy. Who else? We got anybody else that'll stop in?
No.
Well, what's her name? What's her name? The French girl.
Oh yeah, she was nice. I was.
Can't remember her name, but she stops in sometimes.
Yeah.
We might get 4.
Let's see.
I'm all for it, man.
I don't understand how we can get up to 8 people and only half the time people are responding.
They're expanding.
Stop responding and just comment.
Spantons.
Nice.
Oh man.
All right. So topics for today.
Yeah, we
boys.
kind of gonna.
All right, I got
Send
one
us
for
list a
you.
little
I got
bit.
one. I got
All right,
one.
what you got?
So this
Good.
one, I was going to talk about it on the episode, but I thought, oh, cool. Let's save it for the live episode instead. So I've been watching this new show on BuzzFeed, hashtag not sponsored.
Yeah.
It's called Unsolved.
Okay.
And it's these 2 guys that like murders, like they've done DB Cooper, they've done
Yeah.
Jack the Ripper, all these crazy like heists and everything, right? And they just go over the facts and then like they go over who people think the assailants are and who they
Right,
think
and
the
like
assailants are.
who like the theories and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. So recently they did one and it was a treasure hunt. And it got me to thinking like there is people that spend their lives
Yeah.
trying to solve these treasure hunts for like millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And I've always kind of wondered like how do you make that a profession? Are you already rich and like you just decide to do this, or like how do you make this a profession? You know what I mean? Like how do you go up to someone and go, yeah, what do you do for a living? I'm a bartender. What do you do? I'm a treasure hunter.
Dude.
You don't get paid to do it unless you find something, right?
Well,
See, I'm an asset discovery specialist.
Wow.
Nice.
That's
Bam.
good. I like that.
Nice.
I want to become an asset discovery.
Let's do it, man.
Can
Can we get eye patches?
Yeah, we can. But for real though, I've thought about it. I'm like, why? If I were to like just be bored and not like have anything to do with life, I'd become a treasure hunter.
Yeah.
You're fucking ain't right. I'd go looking
So
for
in other
treasure.
words, let's become treasure hunters.
Let's do it. Let's become treasure hunter, guys. Treasure hunters.
There's
guys.
a very Oak Island.
Oak
Oh,
Island.
That's like the
I
biggest
love
whenever
watching that because
Dude.
it's such bullshit.
Well, I mean, like
What's
even
Oak Island?
just the historics of that island. Like that's been the epicenter of treasure hunters for fucking generations.
Yeah, but the treasures that they show on the show
What
are
the fuck
just
is Oak
bullshit.
Island?
Yeah.
Okay, so Oak Island is this historic area that was supposedly like connected to the Templars
Okay.
and like a bunch of these different like coalitions of people that they hid. So basically, what created this idea of like the Curse of Oak Island, which I think is the
It's a
show.
Yeah.
But this basically like a wives' tale of this
Okay.
area. They found this mine shaft that had been collapsed from the inside out, and through checking, like there's multiple layers of
Okay.
wood that are like it's hundreds and hundreds of feet deep. This shaft. But
Yeah, it
within that shaft, they were taking samples and like drilling down, and they were finding layers of logs that had been like at different depths were stacked on each other, and then these different like folding platforms and like all of this shit that's just like down. And then there was somebody that actually found like a historical like relic.
Maybe that's where the Holy Grail is.
But that's the thing is that
Yeah.
there's so much speculation, and there's been, like I said, generations upon generations of people that have either bought up the land or have gone there in search of that treasure to find a way to get down into these chasms, because they've done like the echolocation underneath the ground, or the sonar, and there's dozens of caverns that lead from that center shaft
2 different spots.
to different
underground.
spots under like in this
So long as
island.
nobody dug down to just go fucking
Because
in the
it's so fucking basically like volatile. Like there's just no way for a person like it shows through like the sampling stuff that they've done that it was collapsed from the inside out, so that there was no way unless you start. I don't know how they go through that process, because it's just like basically
just dirt.
it's dirt,
Oh.
but it's in a swamp.
Oh.
So everything, and it's all filled with water too.
Oh,
So it's completely
there we go.
submerged.
That, I didn't see. I didn't know
Yeah.
it was submerged.
And there's beams.
What's it called? Oak Island.
Oak Island.
yeah.
Yeah.
If
And
you watch the show, honestly,
The
it's
show
like,
is a
There's a show about it.
there's it's a History Channel or Discovery
Yeah.
Channel or
Oh,
something,
okay.
and it's so funny because like you'll see these guys and they're like, oh hey, we found this coin. Or
Yeah.
it'll just be something that they threw out into the dirt and they're like, oh, we found this coin.
Yeah.
I think this is like gonna connect everything together and like it's gonna point us in the right direction. And then
then it
like
doesn't.
then like 3 seasons later they'll be like, oh yeah, that didn't mean shit.
Yeah.
So
And it's like
It's
it's a
sick, dude.
constant thing.
Sick,
Like
dude.
it's
Sick.
just one of those
So
shows that's a
it's like
perpetual.
it's like those reality shows, like
Yeah.
where they're drilling for gold.
Yeah.
it's like
They
the,
give you just enough information to keep you
Yeah.
interested,
Yeah.
but then nothing
Not
comes of it.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
nothing solid. It's just like that. Did you guys ever watch that Shark Week thing where they were trying to say like, oh, we think we might have found evidence of like a megalodon.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, they're like, yeah, by the way, this is all bullshit.
Yeah, just no, there's no method.
The entire episode was
Did you? Although Shark Week, did you guys ever see the one? It was the oil rig camera that
Mm-mm.
caught the shark.
Eating the other shark.
No, this thing was fucking massive, dude. And they were like, they did a whole episode on it.
Mhm.
And this is a real video that it's like this oil rig, this camera down deep in an oil rig, like caught a video of this shark,
Yeah.
and it like caught it coming towards and then turning.
Mhm.
And they did some, you know how you can do the equations in
Yeah, like the line marking.
for
for
where you can
travel
see the
and-
height of
Mhm.
and how large something is. And they were saying it's by far the largest great white shark that's ever been recorded.
Yeah.
And it's like way deep. It's down way deeper than any normal shark would go.
Mhm.
Like it's like,
I think
by
I know
50
exactly what
plus
footage
feet.
you're talking
yeah.
about.
And it's they're saying this shark's fucking massive.
Yeah.
Like
Jesus.
not megalodon size massive, but
Still big.
way
God,
bigger
Yeah,
bigger
than
it's
any
been
other
around for a
recorded.
while.
Yeah.
And that was one of those things too. Like initially with the one that I thought you were talking about is there was like it was like a bait cage that was like capturing things like deep sea fish and stuff to like bring samples up to see if there's new species that we could find. And it had a camera mounted like on an extension to basically it was like a weighted cage. And there was footage of this shark, which is well documented. Like it's clearly that shark and it's known to be at that depth.
Right.
Comes in, starts fucking with the stuff in the cage, trying to get it out because it's free food. You know,
Mhm.
it's gonna check it out and try and scavenge what it can. And the I think the shark that was at, like on footage in its natural habitat was like 15 feet long or something. Like it was a big shark. And then out of fucking nowhere,
Another
like
shark
this
came and ate it.
this blur of a it came in like attacking. Like it wasn't just like testing. It was like comes in and just demolishes this fucking giant shark. I'm like, because you see like the chunks like floating, and it was like, what? And they
What
still
the fuck
haven't.
was that?
I'd have to
The
follow
ocean.
up and see if they figured out what it was. But like,
The ocean terrifies me, to be honest.
I
I
love it.
love it. I think it's
I
so
love it.
interesting. I would want to live by the ocean if I could,
yeah,
but it terrifies me.
I mean, it's an
Like,
entirely different world, dude.
You just never know what you're gonna find out there, and it's like
There's still places on like above water that we haven't fucking searched yet or traveled to.
Yeah.
And we're still finding stuff. Like I remember when they found that indigenous tribe in where was it? It was
Oh, it was like Sentinel Island.
I think
Oh, that was
so.
killing people. Anytime you stepped foot on
Yeah.
the island, it
Yep.
would kill you.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and like even when they first found those guys, like the one dude that was like, I remember seeing the footage and it was super grainy because I remember being really young when they actually like publicized it, like they found this place. There's like a mini documentary or
Is
something.
it like when they were like at the beach or something?
Well,
Or like,
it was
yeah.
literally like this. They literally just saw this dude's eyes in like this brush line as they were just like, I don't know, I think it was in the Amazon, I'm pretty sure, but like that's
Shit.
all you see is like this dude's like eyes poking out of this fucking brush, and then he like disappears, and they're like, what the fuck was that?
See, fuck that.
And then they find out that they're like super hostile and shit. I think we're thinking of the same tribes, but
Well, I think Sentinel Island is right off the coast of India. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. So it's a little bit different, but yeah, it's same concept. You know,
Yeah.
you find this indigenous tribe that hasn't been discovered by society yet,
Yeah.
and they're super hostile. Like the first instinct is, destroy anybody that comes here.
Yeah.
So that's
and it
kinda
like
weird.
it's crazy stuff. But then you think of that in contrast to like what's the actual ocean that we've explored?
2%.
2% of the
I
ocean.
think so.
That is
2 or 10%.
I'm gonna Google that again.
There's more water than there is land on this planet.
Yeah.
We know more about about space than we do our own ocean.
Yeah.
That's so strange.
Mhm.
That's fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible.
I mean, you think about it, Marianas Trench. We know nothing
Nothing.
about that.
Nothing.
We've tried, but
The amount of shit that could be at the bottom of that fucking trench,
Mhm.
dude.
that's why you say, like, when people say, "Oh, this, and this could be are definitely extinct in the ocean." Fuck you! It's extinct in
What
the
do you
ocean.
mean?
You don't know that shit.
Yeah.
According to the NOAA, which is the
National-
NOAA, which is
NOAA, yeah.
National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration, they say that anywhere between 95 and 99% of the ocean floors are unexplored.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Yep.
absurd.
We just don't have the equipment. We don't have the equipment to go that
I mean,
deep.
we never will.
That's absurd. I mean, we will over time, but it's
Yeah,
going to take forever.
when
We're not gonna be
global
allowed to
warming
see
hits
it.
and
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
oceans dry up, we go, "Wow, that was real."
Yeah.
Oh wow, there's the Kraken. There's
Yeah.
Cthulhu.
The Cthulhu.
I mean, just the shit that we do know
Dagon.
about.
Find Dagon's gate.
The shit that we do know about, and it's like, this is wild.
Dude.
Also, okay, did you guys know I love how we started on treasure hunting and we went to like
Yeah.
oceans, because I'm big into like the ocean. Like,
Mhm.
for those of you that don't know, at one point in my life, there's a lot of things that I've wanted to do in life, but one of them that I started going to school for was marine biology, because I fucking love the ocean. I
Mhm.
love everything about it. But anyways, do you know the lanternfish?
Yeah.
That's what most people, I don't know what it's
The
technical
angler.
term
Oh, the
is,
anglerfish,
Yeah. What size do you guys think those are?
No, they're fucking huge.
They're giant.
Mhm.
They're fucking huge. They're like the size of a person.
Gross.
Yeah. I mean, not quite that
I mean,
big.
like the
but, like,
usually the depictions that they have
you
of
think
those
it's like
fish,
this. Yeah. Or
maybe like a
this.
groper size,
No, it's
but like,
it's this.
yeah.
I mean, group. You don't want to say it's the size of a grouper, because a grouper's huge.
Well, they
I don't know
can't.
if you've
Yeah, they
seen some
can
giant
get. Yeah,
grouper. These things are fucking big.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Holy shit.
They're huge. You see that shit?
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that fucking thing.
That's
run into that while you're swimming.
It swallows you in one bite. Easy. You're
yeah. This
dead.
person says like, I always went my entire life thinking that these things were like the size of like a Nerf football.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
Oh my god, I didn't realize that I thought they were like maybe like the size of like a dog.
No, dog.
Jesus, I can like
No
one
dog.
bite kill you.
These things are the size of you.
Dude.
Jesus, look at
Yeah,
that
look
thing.
up the anglerfish, guys.
Imagine
look up the
being-
size of an
dude,
anglerfish.
Imagine being the first guy to get footage of that.
Of the
To
anglerfish?
see that.
You think it's an alien.
Yeah.
Dude, it's
I'd have nightmares about that.
its teeth are like 2 feet long.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's absurd.
Oh, you want to know
It's
another
amazing.
crazy one? Have you guys ever seen the picture? I think this was another one caught on an oil rig, maybe. The picture of the squid.
Yeah, the giant squid.
The- No, not the giant squid. It looks like if you were to take one of the things from War of the Worlds
Mhm.
and put it in the ocean.
Oh yeah,
And it's
the same
it's
one.
an octopus or a squid. It's a squid, I think.
No, I think they did claim that was a giant squid. I'm pretty sure.
It's called something else though. It's what the hell's the name of that thing? Weird looking squid. I can't remember the name of it.
Man, this is always interesting.
This thing.
Yeah, that's the one.
This thing.
Yeah.
Tell me, so first person all that, if that was me, I'm gonna shit my pants.
The first thing I imagine when I see that is Will Smith coming up, punching it in the face, and saying, "Welcome to Earth."
It's called a magnapina.
A Magnapina.
A magnapina
I got
squid.
one of
Look at
those.
how long those fucking little
That's
danglies
intense,
are.
man.
Fuck you. I see
Yeah.
the thing. I'm punching it.
Right in the mouth.
Welcome to Earth.
Welcome to Earth, motherfucker.
I'm from Earth.
Oh my god.
Oh, James is here. What's up, James?
What up,
How
what
you
up?
doing? I knew. See, we got one right so far.
Dude.
We were guessing at who was going to show up for this week's episode of the live episode. So we got one right so far.
Yeah, that kind of stuff, man. It's just the idea that we have like categorized and cataloged tons of shit from the ocean
Mhm,
is
yeah.
ridiculous.
If you got the chance to join an exploration to go deeper than anyone else has before in the ocean,
like to the
I
center
would
of the
go.
earth.
would you do it?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
If it was
But there's no guarantee that you live. Like, you're the first ones to do it.
Even better. No, I'm kidding.
It's a win-win. Do you do it?
That is
You could, I mean, and there's a good chance that you live, but it's just like with any other thing. in
yeah,
life.
any other
It's like, there's a
expedition.
50-50 that you could die because nobody's gone there.
I would still
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
would
I
still
think
check it out.
so.
I think I'd probably go.
I mean, if there was a guarantee that you'd run into something that had never been, I mean, honestly,
you're going to.
Yeah, you're going to.
Once you get to certain depths,
Yeah.
I think you have to.
Have you guys ever heard of the hollow Earth theory by chance? About how
I've heard of
how
it.
the
but
Earth doesn't actually have a core. It's actually like completely hollow on the inside, and that's
Really?
Apparently, like there's a huge investigation from the Nazis. Actually, the Nazi side said they went over to go check it out,
Yep, that thought we lived
and that
on a
never came
hollow
back,
Earth.
and were never discovered again.
There's no shit.
I'm like, cool.
Here, take this snorkel. We'll meet you at the center.
Yes, they had to go to. I think, it was,
This Dremel.
I think they went
Oh,
to,
hey, Johnny. See, so we got two
they
on
said
there.
that the entrances are like at the poles, so they
You're
went
in
to,
the car watching this. Awesome.
I think they went to the South Pole or something to go
Yeah.
check it out, and then they were
Never seen again.
Makes
Yes, because they
sense.
froze to death.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Idiots.
But like none of their equipment was found out either.
And that's
then they
where
went in the ocean.
that's where red snow came from. Or dead snow.
Dead
Oh,
snow.
yeah, I forgot about that.
There it is.
Isn't that part of the plot?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I was gonna
That they were
say.
the researchers that died.
You know what I would really love to do? Also, I want to get scuba certified
Yeah,
at some point
that'd be fun.
here soon. Because there's a place
Yeah.
just south of us that certifies.
Wait, here?
Yeah.
really?
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
Super
yeah, it's
quick
a
class
huge,
too.
huge place. Yeah.
I had no idea.
I want to do that once I get the money to
Mm.
do something like that. But I would love to live somewhere where I could learn to free dive,
Dude.
because that
Find
is a
some fucking
skill
shipwrecks.
that is just unfucking
Dude.
real to me. There's people, and Johnny Ron can actually attest to this too, because he's watched them. They're called Sailing the Vagabond, and it's
Mhm.
like my favorite. They live on a ship. They live on a sailboat, but it's a really nice
Yeah.
fucking boat, like real nice now. And but they free dive all the time, and they spearfish free dive too.
Nice.
And just watching the videos of that, it's like, that is so amazing that you can just free dive like that and hold your breath, and like, it's nuts. I would love to learn how to do that. I think it would be so
Yeah.
cool. Because I mean, I love scuba diving too. I've done that quite a few times, and I love scuba diving.
I've never
Mhm.
been.
But there's something
It's-
surreal about not wearing equipment and being able to stay down there
Yeah.
for an extended period of time. You know what I mean? Like, there's just something so weird about that.
Yeah.
I did my open water dive. Once again,
Yeah,
it's
Berlin.
bloody snow here again. Yeah, we got snow here again too, but it's melting now. It's getting a little warm, so it's melting a little bit now.
Thank God.
Yeah.
It was like 2 months of just being like 20
We
degrees
finally
and
got
under.
some
It was,
sun
it
back.
was snow and
Yeah.
ice and snow.
It's been
and
a very
ice.
mild winter though. We can't
Yeah.
complain.
That's true.
I did my open water dives at
Knock on
Pearl
wood.
Lake. Yeah, that's where it would
Yeah,
happen
yeah.
at. That's where they do their qualifications
Yeah,
at for the
okay.
place we're talking about.
Interesting.
Do they
they
still
do-
have the bus and stuff?
Mhm.
in
Yeah,
the
the bus
lake?
is still
Okay.
yeah, in the lake and everything. Yeah, and
There's
the
a bus
plane.
that drove into the
Yeah,
lake?
they sunk.
They sunk like ships or not.
It was a
they-
plane,
a
and
plane,
then there's I think there's a
bus.
bus too.
and maybe a boat. Or
Something like
two,
that.
Something
yeah.
like that. They sank them into Pearl Lake.
Oh,
over
shit.
there.
Yeah. So then when
And
you're
that's where you do your dive,
taking your physical,
qualification
yeah.
diet.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
No, I've done scuba. I did scuba diving. It was really cool, actually. They had when I went to Western, and we've already had the college education talk. But if
Mhm.
there's one thing I can
Mhm.
say good about it, is some of the extra classes that you could take and some of the free stuff that you could take was amazing. Like there was a free one that I took. It was just a 1-day thing, and we went scuba diving in one of their depth pools, because there's an actual scuba diving club and a class that you could take to get
Really?
certified. And so we did it. We had a friend that was in it. She went into marine biology.
Mhm.
And so she's like, "Do you guys want to go scuba diving today?" And I was like, "Fuck yes."
Yeah, please.
And it's awesome, dude. If you we'll have to go. Like
Yeah,
the
I
three
would
of us
love
will have
that.
to do it, because
Yeah.
it's just what we should do
So I'll
is
take
bring
the class.
GoPros,
Ooh.
I have some
and we
GoPros.
can do it for
That'd be
this.
fun.
And I have some
Yeah.
waterproof casing for my
Yep, so do I.
GoPros, so there
We
you
should
go.
do that. We should do
That'd be
GoPro and then get scuba certified.
Oh yeah.
I'd be down.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude. You'd love it. It's so much fun.
Mhm.
It's just
I definitely agree though. There's almost like a connectivity of like when you're below water, because this is stupid as fuck, and I don't know why we let ourselves do this. But my parents were also certified,
Mhm.
and they had all their gear and stuff.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we used to do when we were younger, because we had a pool at the time, is we'd grab the weight belt. We wouldn't like attach it or anything, but we'd hold on to the weight belt
and go under.
and go into
Yeah.
like to the bottom of the pool, and we just like walk around.
Yeah.
At the
And
bottom of
that's
the pool.
I mean, like you look at surfers, like a lot of surfers, especially way back when, but they still do it to
Mhm.
this day, to learn to hold their breath more better.
Stone.
Is they grab a stone, like a large stone, and they will walk on the bed of the ocean. They'll walk
Really?
on the ocean floor, and they'll hold their breath for as long as they can while they're down there.
Mhm.
And that's their
interesting.
training.
Because yeah,
Because when you
exertion.
get pulled under, like
Yeah.
you're under
Yeah.
for a while, even though you're attached to your ripcord, like you are under for a bit. And if you get hit by multiple waves, like, I mean,
You
it's
gotta
a
learn how to
deadly
maintain
sport,
it.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, all it takes is one
Hi
fucking
from
shift.
France. Oh,
What up, what up?
Yes, I knew she'd make
Hey.
it. See? Man, I think we're 3 for 3 now. Did we say anybody else?
Oh, we got 6 listeners. That's awesome.
I think
Homeless.
homeless. That's the only person we're missing. But we're 3 for 3 right now.
Yeah, good shit, good shit. Hi, welcome.
Yeah, welcome everybody.
Hey.
But yeah, no, I think there's just something so
Yeah.
surreal about being under. Like we played poker underwater when we were in our scuba class.
That's
Yeah,
kinda cool.
it was super cool. Now I will say the one crazy thing, and I didn't know it until we surfaced. This was fucking nuts. So they tell you there's a couple things. Well, there's quite a few things when you're under there, like courtesy wise, like never, ever, 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 no matter what happens, cross over someone. Like don't go over them.
Oh,
Because there's just so much that can go wrong when you do
if
that.
you hit a fucking line,
Yeah,
if you
anything can go wrong when you, because
Mhm.
everything that you're connected to is quick connect.
oh,
So it's all like pull and release kind of stuff.
Yeah,
And it
yeah,
has
yeah.
to be because
Yeah.
God forbid something happens, you have quick connect on there.
gotta
And
pull
everything.
away, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
right.
Glad to see you too. We're doing great. Just talking about scuba diving, how are you doing? But anyway, so when we were in the class, we were finished, so we were surfacing. And when
Yeah.
you surface, you have to release bubbles, and then you have to go after the bubbles. Like you have to let your bubbles go up first, and then you go up
Mhm.
behind them,
Okay.
because that's otherwise you can get
Gotta equalize that
you can get
atmospheric
what
pressure.
do you call that? Fuck,
It's
what's the name?
CO2 poisoning or something like that.
Basically, and it
Really?
can paralyze you and shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that called?
Well, you have to. You're
Um,
basically decompressing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
decompression sickness.
Ron, I know you know what the hell it's called.
Weightless feeling. Yeah. Oh,
it
yeah.
is amazing.
for
It's
sure.
unbelievable. But
For sure.
what is that called? What is that sickness called that you can get when if you surface too quickly at depth? I can't remember what the fuck the name of it is. But anyways, so you have to follow those up, and then you follow up underneath it, right?
Mhm.
So all of our trainers were sitting down at the bottom waiting for us to go up. And so I started to surface. I was following my bubbles, and all of a sudden, like one of the trainers came up to me, and I felt a tug, and I was like, what the fuck was that? And I looked behind me, and he goes like this to go up. So the bends, yes, it's the bends is what you can get. Yeah.
Okay.
So I surface or whatever, I get done and I surface. Well, what had happened was somebody crossed me when they were surfacing. They crossed over me, and one of their fins disconnected my line from my tank. And it just happened that the trainer caught me before I took a breath in,
Mhm.
because I was skip breathing. So he caught me before I took a breath in, luckily, and he snapped it back in. And my trainer's like, fucking reamed this guy out for crossing me. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think he was allowed back after that. He fucking
Well, the trainer?
reamed
Or-
this. No, the
Oh,
guy.
other
Because
Jesus.
he fucking ripped into him about it.
Well, because you could have just swallowed a bunch of water.
Oh
then,
yeah,
right?
I could have swallowed a shitload of water right
Yeah.
then. It was just the trainer. I mean, and kudos to the trainers for being so
Like seeing
on it.
vigilant. Yeah.
because he must have been on me quick, because I didn't even see really any bubbles. I saw a couple, I guess. But
Yeah.
I thought it was him moving towards me,
Right.
and yeah, he just snapped it back in, and that's what that little tug was that I felt.
It's like realigning everything.
yeah, it's like holy.
They were
shit.
talking about scuba diving.
Oh, yeah, scuba diving, surfing, all that stuff, free diving,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Just any aquatic stuff. Because originally, how the conversation started was we were
Treasure
discussing, treasure hunting, but then it got onto like just how untapped and unknown the ocean is, and
And we talked about giant sea creatures and shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
love
it
the
is.
ocean.
it is definitely interesting. I think it'd be a lot of fun. if
Yeah,
we
I
all-
think-
we
I
all
think
went
we
and took the
should-
scuba diving class.
I think we should look into how much it would cost.
Because I don't think it's. I know
It's cheap, dude.
our buddy
I-
T Dog
yeah,
did that,
he's done it.
and he
Well,
went.
but he
through-
did it
went
for
through-
the fire department
Yeah.
because he's certified through that. And I wanted to do that too, but I wasn't there long enough to stay
Yeah.
for the class. But
Yeah.
theirs is crazy because they do cold water
Mhm.
dives too.
Ooh.
Whoo! Now, granted, your wetsuit, like you're pretty warm still,
Right.
Okay.
but
Just piss.
yeah, they just do some. Yeah, you could just piss. Seriously, that's how you
Yeah,
warm yourself up when you're
Oh,
scuba diving.
shit.
Yeah, you piss
I
because
had
it'll
no idea.
trap itself a little bit, at
Yeah.
least a little bit, and it'll keep your vital organs warmer.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't know that.
Just don't poop.
Don't poop because it doesn't leave.
And it's
Uh,
shark sugar.
It's shark
Ooh.
sugar. Sharks can smell the menstruation.
It's bears.
It is bears. But yeah, no, I think you'd love it, dude. It's
Dude, I've always
weird.
wanted
It's-
to go. I just never had the
Yeah,
opportunity. yet,
it's
so.
it's a weird.
And it's super
feeling.
affordable too. I
Yeah,
think
Even
per-
if we didn't get certified and just
Yeah.
went for a class, like
Yeah.
it's cheap.
Yeah, I would fucking love that.
Yeah.
I always wanted to do that and also go skydiving.
I don't know about skydiving yet.
Yeah.
I want to
I've
see.
always
I
wanted
don't-
to go.
Yeah.
I'm cool with the ocean killing me. I don't know if I'm cool with the earth killing me.
I don't know. I think we talked. I think we might have mentioned this
Our buddy
in
did
a
it.
previous one.
He loved it. And
Oh, yeah.
I sometimes I think about it, but
Yeah.
I just don't.
You know-
I cannot. I just have this natural distrust for people and
Yeah.
like doing their job because that's the human.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
human condition.
everyone makes errors. dude.
Everybody makes errors. It's not a fucking machine that's calibrated to do the same fucking motion 900 times
poop
over.
again. Where's there's still
Yep. But just the idea of knowing that someone else packed this parachute,
Yeah, that's
you don't know how that person's mental status was during that
right.
assembly. You
They
don't know
decided
if
to
they
take it easy
skipped
that day.
steps. You know,
Yeah.
it could have been the end of their shift. Like
That's true.
there's so many different variables that go into that. Like if I were to pack my chute, if I were to get 110 point list of how to pack a parachute, I would go through it meticulously and pack that chute, put it on my fucking back and go because I trust myself.
Right.
I don't trust Joe Schmo that even though he's been doing this for 10 fucking years, that day
Only
might have
takes
been
one
the
screw
day
up.
that we hit the ground going
Yeah.
way too fast.
That's true.
There's gonna be some jump instructor named Joe Schmo. That's
Joe
like,
Schmo,
fuck
yeah.
this guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck this guy. I can
Yeah.
jump.
That just I don't. That's the
yeah, I
part
think-
that fucks me up. And I think about that stuff when I go on roller coasters too. I love roller coasters.
Yeah.
But the idea of like
Somebody
some dude
put
that's
this
super
together.
underpaid
Yeah.
that was like, oh well, hey,
Well, the engineers weren't underpaid to put it together, though.
right. But the maintenance guys that are
that's true.
working at that park are like, yeah, climb up to this fucking 30-story board so you can
Mhm.
tighten down that bolt. And they're like,
No.
yeah, we did it.
yeah, we did it.
Sure.
Yeah, it's taken care of. And then I fall
Somebody
to my
fucking
death.
dies,
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what it's just the shit that I think about beforehand.
For sure. No,
I always used to feel that way
It's
at
control.
Six Flags. Do you guys remember the? You guys both been to Six Flags, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
the wooden.
Yeah, the,
Fuck,
the American Eagle.
Yeah, fuck
Always
you.
freaked the fuck out of me because it's like
Yeah,
this thing
it's
is
rickety
made
as
out of
fuck.
rickety wood.
Yeah.
We're
I won't
like-
even build a deck with this shit.
It's not even pallet wood.
Where do we go diving? There's like a local building.
like
It's a big, huge building. It actually
Mhm.
looks kind of small from the front, but they have a dive pool in there that
Mhm.
you practice in, and then you practice in the dive pool, but then you do your certification
In the
at,
actual-
How
at a
deep are
lake.
dive pools?
They can go
It- yeah,
up
it
to like
varies.
20, 25.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, because
Yeah.
you have to get that depth, like for the training and stuff.
Yeah.
I know the
Yeah.
one that's a little bit like a bit more south from us. Their pool I think is like 20-25
The one
feet.
I'm talking about?
No, a different one, not
Oh.
lake. It's
No, yeah. I'm talking about Love's Park.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about the same
Yeah.
one, but that one is I think it's like close to 25 feet deep.
Yeah.
Because they want you to experience and be able to get used to that atmospheric pressure drop
And
Yeah.
it is weird
Yeah.
because you'll feel it,
I mean,
and the
I've-
temperature.
but
too.
you are weightless. You're
Yeah.
weightless.
I was gonna say because I've actually been in like Olympic swimming pools and such where it goes down pretty far, but I've never been like.
Those I think are like
25 feet.
10.
Yeah.
10 or 15 or something like 10.
I
I think
it's
it's a little bit
10.
deeper than that.
I'm pretty sure it's like 15, 16, something
Yeah.
around there. But
Yeah.
Because
that's like as far as I
in
usually go.
equivalency, some of the divers are dropping like 3 stories.
Oh, for
Yeah.
dive, yeah.
And then pencil diving into the water. They do flick to get.
Oh,
back
that's
up.
what we do, man. We're always complimentary. Always, of course. Oh man. No,
Thanks for the
think-
likes, guys.
Yeah,
I
we
appreciate it, guys.
4 likes. Hell
Damn.
yeah. I think it's something that everyone should experience.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
diving.
it's like we talked about earlier. Like it's literally the most surface of this planet,
yeah,
that we've
and-
never explored.
and you're interacting with water all the time. You
Yeah.
need to at least experience something.
Yeah.
what's that horror movie that's out now?
Open
based on
Water?
that? Open
Open
Water.
Water.
Yeah.
It's the stupidest fucking
Reef.
movie ever,
Really?
dude. It is
no.
the
Is
stupidest
that the one with
movie.
Kristen Stewart? And them that
No,
Oh
that's
no, that one is the new. That one's called
Yeah.
Underwater.
Underwater. Okay.
Underwater. No, I
that
thought
one looked really cool.
That
one
I
looks
saw the
really
trailer.
good. I wanna
I think
see
it's
it,
out now.
like-
We should go see that.
it is out.
That'd be.
I was supposed to go see it with someone, and then she's like, "Oh, I don't know if it's good."
Rah,
She
rah.
wanted so badly to see this movie because it's a monster movie, and then goes, "I don't know if it's going to be as good as I think."
Fuck it, go
And I
and
don't
see it anyway.
And I don't know if I can handle Kristen Stewart. And I was like, I can handle
Dude,
Kristen Stewart.
yeah.
Fuck her. She's only a part of the movie. But they're walking on the ocean floor.
Yeah.
Like the whole
Dude.
movie premise is that they've like built a base down here.
Yeah.
And it's like the farthest depth they've gone
Dude,
down.
we should go see it because I definitely want to check that movie.
Also,
out.
did you
So-
see the local theater? Have you seen what
Oh, they
did now?
upgraded. Oh my
Did
god.
they really?
Yo, they have
So
power
much.
reclined seats that heated and cooled now, dude. Yeah.
Like
Well,
our
'cause-
local?
Yes.
What?
Because you know they got bought out, right?
I knew that they traded owners. I didn't
They
know
got
if they
bought
were
out by
like
a whole new
renovating
place,
or
and they're renovating all of them.
It
So they
looks-
have 2 of
it
them
looks
done right
so
now.
nice.
Tits,
Yeah, dude, it looks
Nice.
really nice.
I wonder if that's
I'm super
going to
excited.
increase the price of the tickets.
No,
I don't care.
I don't
Yeah,
think so.
that's true.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because I've gone to the one over in Lake Geneva. That's
Yeah.
really, really nice.
Yeah.
And
Like
it's
the
the
dining
same
one?
price tickets.
Really?
And they have a freaking piano in there.
Well,
a
they
piano
make
bar.
all their money from like the actual
Concessions
the
and such.
concessions.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I couldn't even say it's concessions because there was one in Chicago that I went to, or was it? Yeah, it was close to Chicago. But like the recliners and you're at a table, but they're like it's super nice and super comfortable.
Yeah.
Right.
But they bring out entrees.
Yeah.
Like it's like a dinner service.
yeah, I've been to one
And
of
that's
those.
what the Lake Geneva one is.
Yeah.
You
They
get
have,
entrees
they,
served.
they have one of those in Waukesha as well.
Waukesha.
Yeah.
I love that name.
Waukesha.
Yeah.
Waukesha?
But
I got a sister named Waukesha.
Waukesha.
What movie is that from? I don't remember. Anyways,
Yeah.
no, that movie does look
Don't
good.
be a
though,
menace,
underwater.
probably.
yeah.
Probably something like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, back on the treasure hunting thing, which was
Yeah.
our original topic. So
We're going to become pirates.
we're gonna be treasure hunters, guys.
RMAT.
Artemis.
There's one. The guy.
Try not to get scurvy.
What the hell is his name?
Eat your shitters.
Can we talk about Waterworld? The best movie that's ever existed.
Waterworld.
Nothing's free in Waterworld, baby.
Oh my God.
Just gotta grow some oranges. Or no, he grew
Forrest
lemons.
Fenn.
Lemons, yeah.
Forrest Fenn is this guy's name. So
Forrest
this guy's
Fenn.
still alive. He was in the military, and his big thing when he was in the military is he was able to go to all these crazy places that are usually restricted access. Well, what he did is he found a bunch of it's off camera. I already looked. He found a bunch of artifacts and stuff like that, and created a museum where it was kind of a museum because he sold stuff as well.
This
Right.
belongs in a museum.
And so he sold stuff as well, and he's had stuff like petrified, not petrified, but mummified crows from tombs, like in
Really?
Egypt and stuff
What?
like all kinds of really
Why do
cool.
mummified
crazy
crows?
So
stuff.
he's a scavenger. Well, you got to
Well,
bring him with you.
Yeah, they used to do that all the
yeah.
time, like cats and crows and stuff
Okay.
like that, with like whoever their king was and stuff like
Yeah.
that. They would do it.
For like the
Uh,
pharaohs are like even more royal. I guess you can
Yeah.
be royal,
Okay.
but like higher end family members
yeah.
would always be buried because you're bringing it with you.
Yeah.
You know, in that mythology, you're bringing all your shit with you.
So,
So you have all your pets killed
buried with
and
people.
mummified. You know, anything that's important. Even people that have like their servants
man.
killed.
Yeah.
And
Brought
mummified
with
as
them.
well.
Man, Egypt was fucked.
So anyways,
It's the time period.
we
man.
can't get off track again. I gotta
Yeah,
talk about
sorry.
it. Anyways, so this guy found all this stuff. Well, then he decided he got diagnosed with cancer,
Mhm.
survived, but during his process, he thought, okay, well, what's my legacy that I can leave behind?
Right.
He created a treasure hunt that is accessible by anyone. And what it is it's a 10 foot by 10 foot, no, 10 inch by 10 inch by 8 inch box. And there is it's worth $1 million.
Okay.
Like that's the worth of the contents that are
Right.
in there. And it's certain artifacts that he's found. He's even put like a manuscript of his own personal book. And he wrote a book, and in the book is a 24-line poem that is actually the clues that will lead you directly to the treasure. So this Unsolved show this is the one that they chose to do, right? They chose to do this treasure hunt. Now, I don't know if they found it because I didn't finish it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But there's been tens of thousands of people that have tried to find this.
Yeah.
And he tells them too, like if they're in the right spot, like people know the starting location. Like
Mhm.
that has been, he said, yep, you're in the right starting spot. And he said people have been as close as 200 feet away from the box and have not found it yet. And all he
Oh my God.
and his request for if you find it is there is a turquoise bead bracelet that is like his favorite he found.
Mhm.
And he asked that you just return it to the address that's
Yeah.
in the letter inside. And that's how he'll know that somebody found it. And he said someone has been as close as 200 feet away from this treasure box.
Which means that we can go search, right? Because if we have like a general location,
Well, we know the starting point,
Yeah.
but we don't know where that person was when they were as
Oh,
close
fuck.
as 200 feet. So
we should try it out.
That's so fucking interesting.
I believe that it is in New Mexico.
Yeah.
It is. He said the only three things that you need to access the treasure is a compass,
Mm-hmm.
a general lay of the land in that area, so like a terrain map, and just general knowledge of the wilderness. That's it.
Really?
No other equipment is needed to find this box. and it's worth $1 million.
Well, then I'm just going to bring a metal detector as well. I mean, seriously.
It's just interesting.
Yeah, that's super interesting. And actually, that reminds me a lot of, along with like the books and stuff, that the poem was like, the epicenter of those clues.
Yeah.
Is there was a dude, he's passed away, so his daughters kind of inherited this, and I haven't kept up with this for a couple of years now, but there was a very there was a book that was printed by this artist, and this artist had, he was pretty prestigious. I'm gonna have to look up his name. But within that book was all of his works and additional paintings that he had done, or additional pieces of art that he had done. And within those, the pictures depict locations for these gemstones. And within those, and it's literally all visual clues, but it's never like, I think in total there was a gemstone for each type of, like the month, like what your gemstone is kind of thing. But they were all very, very large and very, what's the term? Very valuable stones that this guy had, and he accumulated over time or something. Four
people have died trying to find this treasure. But granted, they were probably fucking idiots because there's tens of thousands of people that have tried to look for it.
Well, there's always going to be that small number. But so within these paintings is where all these clues are. And I'm gonna have to do more research into, maybe I'll do that this week too. Is I'll look up more information about this to really narrow it down.
Yeah.
I'll talk about it next week's
more
episode.
about that. That'd be interesting.
But yeah, there's only, I think, four of the stones had been found.
Wow.
And like you send the daughter, so like she has all the information. This is, like I said, a couple of years ago, so I'm gonna have to really dig in and research more about it to make sure that this is still a thing. Or if any of the other stones have been found. But through that like hinting stuff, there's only been the four from my updated knowledge that have been found. And they're like giant fucking gemstones. And one of them was like a sapphire that was fucking gigantic.
Well, that's what he was saying was in the box too. So there's like gold flakes, gold nuggets, precious gems, manuscripts, all kinds of crazy stuff. But
if you put all of them into a glove,
do they make you?
Can you change reality and snap your finger and kill everybody?
Probably.
Maybe.
Now you got to find the glove.
The Infinity Stone.
Yeah, we got to make the glove.
I think that would be so cool though. Like at one point to just be like, I want to make people search for treasure. Like I want to give them something to. And so here's the cool part about his story is the reason that he even started this treasure hunt. It was during the Great Depression, or one of our depressions. That he was like, I want people to find some sort of hope in life.
Yeah.
So he built this treasure hunt.
That's seriously
really
cool.
interesting.
I love that.
And he's like, here, now people have something to look for.
I said we look up the clues and try to figure it out.
I'm thinking it's got to
That'd
be
cool.
So
man.
it's got to be all right. So here's the thing: it's got to be somewhere near Santa Fe, New Mexico, because he's able to check on it, and he lives in Santa Fe.
Yeah,
and the trail would be appropriate if it was about a couple hundred miles north of there.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it's got to be somewhere in New Mexico.
We should look at the clues.
Colorado was ruled out.
Yeah.
It was not Colorado. That got ruled out. I'm thinking it's New Mexico.
That's interesting.
But it's in the Appalachian Mountains.
Oh, so it's a totally reasonable area to go search for it.
Or not the Appalachians. Is that the
three of us.
Appalachians on the west side? Or the Appalachians on the east?
I don't know.
What the hell's that?
I've only ever passed through New Mexico once.
What's
I don't think I've ever been in New Mexico.
what's the mountain range over there?
It's just buried underneath Area 51.
The Rocky Mountains. I'm sorry, Rocky, not Appalachian. Rocky Mountains. Well, no, but I don't think it's buried. Like I'm almost positive from what the clues show
placed.
is that it's just placed.
Really?
It's not buried. It's not underwater. It's just placed. Now, granted, it's a 10-inch by 10-inch box, so it's not a big. You could hide that.
Right. You're not. Yeah. You're not gonna just look at a landscape and be like, there it is. You have to know exactly what you're looking for.
That's interesting.
It's interesting.
And
I would love to be a treasure hunter. Like I said, though, how do you just get into a career of like I'm a treasure hunter now? You know
just
what I mean?
start.
Yeah, Appalachians are east. That's what I thought. Yeah, Appalachians.
I would get
east.
so
It's
tired
the Rockies.
I would get so tired of being a treasure hunter because at that point, like every single time you try to find a treasure, you find like a letter that says, "Oh, the true treasure was the friends you find along the way." And I'd be like, "Fuck, you're my fucking gold!
I killed my friends on the way here.
4 of us died on the way over here." All my
What was
friends are
that
dead.
movie? It was Matthew McConaughey. Was it Fool's Gold?
Fool's Gold. Yep.
And he was a treasure hunter.
Yeah.
And they were looking for the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's a real ship, I thought, that they were looking for.
Well, there's a lot of ships that people have been looking for.
Yeah, but
And flights.
and what?
Flights.
Oh, well, Malaysia flight. Malaysian flight.
Yeah.
Where'd it go? Where's the Malaysian flight at?
Tis the question.
Tis be.
Tis true.
Indubitably. Yes.
But yeah, it always is really interesting that that people do stuff like that, or like they'll place. I mean, how long ago did people start leaving treasure? You know,
I mean,
right.
since there's
Well, and sometimes it
been
wasn't
people,
even
yeah.
like meant to be let. Like there's
Yeah,
been
there's
treasure
just-
found in the ocean that was like a ship fucking sank.
Yeah.
And oh, hey, we found this.
there was even a show
Another
like
reason
that.
why we should be fucking we should be scuba dive certified.
Dude. Oh yeah, can we talk about how many fucking there's this one really big channel on YouTube that it's like river rushers or something, like I can't remember the actual name of the channel, but it's just videos of him swimming in like really populated areas in like riverbeds
And just finding shit?
like in lakes, and he finds all kinds of shit. Like he went on vacation to like Maui or something and he was swimming at the bottom of this like cliff jumping thing, like when the cliff jumping was like closed off.
yeah.
And he's swimming along the bed of the ocean, and he's finding watches. He's finding fucking sunglasses. Like he found a really nice pair
the
of
guy on
Ray-Bans.
YouTube that does
Yeah.
that? Yeah, he's found murder weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Like in all
fun.
kinds of shit. Like he has an entire fucking thing. And then you get those guys that like do the magnet fishing. I don't know how real the magnet fishing is, because a lot of the times like they bring up safes and shit, and it's like that's kind of goofy. But like the river, like, cause it's all footage from a GoPro that he straps to his head as he's swimming, and like he's finding this stuff.
That'd be cool.
And like popular ones, like could you imagine like if you had the equipment to properly swim or like scour like the Rock River?
Oh yeah.
I've lost speakers in that fucking bitch. Like I've lost sunglasses. I've lost all this stuff. Like Little and the Fox, like in the more clear rivers too. Like the stuff that you could find just like at the bottom of a fucking riverbed that's been sitting there for fucking, like
Forever.
that's what's fucking awesome. That's what's so cool about that stuff is like,
You
it's
just never
amazing.
know. You never know what you're gonna come across.
Yeah, and what's really cool, if we're thinking about the same channel, if he finds stuff like wallets or phones or stuff like that,
him back
he tracks them back and he gives it
Really?
back to the people that lost it.
How does he manage to do that though?
Information, I'm assuming. Like, I mean, with a phone, if you're able, if it's workable, I mean, you could even like, let's say you have a phone that's attached to like a Verizon account. If you bring in that phone, it's attached to that specific phone.
Oh yeah, because it'll still have like
It's
a
a
serial
serial,
number,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
So you could be like,
Okay.
hey,
So-
this is blank. I found it. Can you give this back to him?
Right.
So here's one of the craziest ones too. So this one, they actually have the location.
What's going on, homeless?
Oh, he's here. Podcast biz is good. Have to go. See you maybe later, guys, or next Monday. Hey, we'll see you
Thank you.
later.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you.
Always a pleasure.
So this one, it was the first emperor of China. Okay, and they've located his tomb.
Yeah.
I think it's, how do you say his name? Qin Shi Huang, because Q is
Yeah.
Ch sound, right?
I think, yeah, that
Qin
sounds right.
Shi Huang. So, anyways, he has this tomb with giant statues of soldiers basically in there, right? And there's supposed to be riches in this tomb. They found it. The problem is they can't get to it. They don't know how, because there is a literal river of mercury that surrounds the tomb, and they can't get to it without poisoning the water supply in the surrounding area.
Damn.
So, like, did somebody create a goddamn river of mercury?
Yeah.
How? How did you create a river of mercury in the first place? Or was it this? How's that natural? It can't be natural, I don't think. Right?
Yeah. There's not just pools of mercury.
And this was the first emperor of China. So whoever did this,
yeah.
this was fucking
Wait,
a million years ago.
All right. So you said that this is how does that work? Like, how can they poison like the water supply there? Like, is it underwater and the mercury is also underwater?
It's underground apparently.
Shit, dude.
Well, because you'd, I mean, depending on
But
how,
like, so like the tomb is like, that's part
Oh,
of the
shit.
tomb, I think. Or is that
No,
might be-
that's the those are the terracotta soldiers.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it is. It's the terracotta
Oh,
soldiers.
so it's a different
But they can't
compartment.
get to they can't get to that part of the tomb.
Oh shit.
Otherwise, they'll have to poison the water supply.
That's interesting.
So to me, it's like, well, it depends on how much money we're talking.
Well, no, that's not.
I mean, fuck
But
those
I mean,
people.
within certain bounds, you might be able to siphon out that mercury in a safe and controlled manner. But that's just a matter of having the right know-how and equipment to do that on a steady process. Because I mean, you couldn't just hook up a vacuum and like pull all the mercury.
How do you know
out.
until you try? Come on, Dyson, get
But
on this.
that's the problem
Dyson?
though, is like if it's projected that it would contaminate the surrounding, environment, like you couldn't risk that.
Right.
you
That's
know?
true. And
Unless you bought up the entire fucking area around it and had all those people moved or like replaced to different.
I've always thought geocaching would be
locations.
cool too, because it's like a mini treasure hunt. You're not going to get anything.
No,
out of it,
but
like
yeah.
you get to find something. Damn fine work hiding it, if you ask me. Well, yeah, right? Oh yeah. The first time for the foreign collection. Don't look at it. Oh, God damn it. There you go.
It's the other bit of the terracotta soldiers.
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
Oh, hi James. Welcome back.
What's up, dude?
But yeah, I'd totally do that though. I'd be a treasure hunter.
Dude, that'd be
I
awesome.
feel like nowadays it'd be
easy.
easy to go geocache because that's kind of the whole premise
Yeah.
behind what like Pokemon Go and stuff, right? Is like
Yeah.
it's just
There's an app for
You
it
go out and you
now
find
that
treasure and
people
shit?
like are
Yeah.
on. Well, I found one on accident one time.
a geolocation. thing?
Yeah,
Or, like,
a
geo-tracking?
box, a little tracking
Oh,
box.
no
Yeah.
shit.
We were up in Port Washington when we were up there, and it was rubber banded, like those the bracelets, rubber band bracelets. It was this little tin box, and there was two of those bracelets, and it was on a bench, but it was like underneath the bench, so like the bottom part. And yeah, there was like, I don't know, there was all kinds of stuff in there, letters and like just
Yeah.
little notes and shit
Cool
like that. And like you could add stuff to it.
Murder
That's
weapons.
awesome.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Well, I mean, like
Just
they have
drugs. Just drugs.
they have
Larry,
What is it?
Larry used to hide suns. Oh, that's awesome. So a bar that we used to go to up north, a guy used
No
to hide
shit.
the drink tokens for that place.
That's awesome.
In geocaching.
That's kind of funny.
caches. That's kind of cool.
yeah, that's really cool.
Nowadays you could just do that with like weed.
Well,
Just make like a stoner geocaching app. People would do it.
Here, go find this nug.
by the time anybody found it,
Go on this adventure to find a nug. That's funny.
You know what's super funny is like looking in contrast. I mean, it's a kind of along the same thing of like finding stuff. I remember reading an article about this kid. He was like 13 or 14 or something like that. And it was like on a coastal, he was like living somewhere coastal. And he found this wax bundle that had like,
Was it cocaine?
no, it was like $430,000 in it or something.
What the fuck?
Clearly
Turned it
something.
in?
He turned it into the police.
Fuck you.
And like he got a plaque that was like, congratulatory, like for being an upstanding
If I
citizen.
found $430,000, if I found $100,000,
Boy,
I'm gone.
like what the
I'm
fuck?
fucking. I don't care if it's cartel money. I'm fucking gone.
Dude, it never was found.
I would have printed off a plaque saying I'm a huge fucking idiot.
I'm a
and give it to
fucking
the kid.
asshole.
But it was like, and that was the consensus.
What was that?
Like, people were tearing him up.
What was that
man. And He's
movie?
a child. Like I get it.
Fargo, where
Fargo?
he finds the
Oh
the
yeah.
Fargo, right? He finds
I
a
think so.
suitcase.
Yeah, I
And
think,
that was
I
it.
think
That's
that
the
was-
only
No,
one.
that's No Country. No, that's
No, not
No.
no country for old men. That's
Well, No Country for Old Men. They
Similar,
find
yeah.
a suitcase full of money.
But I thought
and then the
Fargo.
dude's tracking
So I
down.
thought Fargo.
Yeah.
He finds a. Was it Fargo or was it? What was the name of that movie?
It's been so long since I've
Yeah,
seen
dude.
Fargo.
Thought it was Fargo where he finds the suitcase.
I'm sure it's Fargo.
It was like two people were shot, found the suitcase or whatever, in the woods, in the snow.
I can't remember. That,
Right?
that sounds right.
I think that's Fargo.
It's been a long
Maybe.
time since I've seen it.
Maybe.
I could be wrong. I gotta look now.
Fargo.
Yeah. But yeah, there was.
That's the only
another
reason
one
why I
was
wouldn't
thinking
pick
of.
shit like that. But
Well, I'd fucking do it if there was. I mean, I'd break that open as quickly as possible to like make sure that there's no tracking,
Mm-hmm.
and then it would just disappear. I never found it.
Yeah.
It would just disappear.
See, I would just
oh no,
I would-
Fargo's different. It's not Fargo. It's
I would
not
portion
Fargo.
like if I were to find $400,000
Yeah.
or whatever, like in a bundle, I would immediately segment it up, put some in my savings account, put some in my checking account, pay off some bills, and then just invest it into different projects. So
Yeah.
that way I don't have any liquid cash on me and
Yeah.
nobody can know the difference. But
Yeah.
so it's like, I
Yeah.
don't know, you have enough to live off of, you have enough to do whatever else with, but then you just put it into different
For sure.
projects and then make that
See,
money work for you.
I'd stuff my mattress.
See, no, because then somebody can still rob you. You know,
Good job finding I can sew a really good seam.
Simple plan. That's what it is. Yes, thank you. I knew you'd come up with it.
Nice.
Oh, like
Simple
the band.
plan. Yeah, like oh my god, the band Simple Plan. Wow.
Oh god.
Yeah, a Simple Plan. That's what it was. They find not the fucking band. God damn it.
Simple Plan movie.
Yeah, he finds it was Bill Paxton, Billy Bob Thornton.
Oh god.
Yeah, and he finds a fucking he discovers a crashed plane with a dead pilot and finds a suitcase and he like takes it. He goes, okay, it's mine now. And then a whole shit show
unfolds,
obviously.
Man.
But $400,000.
Yeah. I was very disappointed when I read that. I was like, dude, that's paying for basically 60% of your life.
Finders keepers, dog.
Yeah, dude. If some stupid motherfucker, if some henchman somewhere dropped that waxed brick of money, one, he's probably dead, and two, that is now mine.
Yep.
Sucks to suck.
$400,000. So if it's a cartel money, that's like chump change.
And I can guarantee you those are like washed bills. Too.
Absolutely.
So like you're good. You're
absolutely.
Golden. So
because they're packed for transit, dude. Like they were meant to be moved.
Yeah, I'd have to really think about it if I would take it or not. But I think I would.
Yeah, wait a fucking heartbeat. I would take it.
Like if there was no way, like I would take it somewhere secluded to where I could check like the bundle.
If somebody else was gonna take it,
but like. Yeah, just to get it away, and then I would check the bundle, make sure that there was no way of like tracking, like there was no devices inside of it, there was nothing like that could be followed.
I would immediately leave whatever, even the surrounding area.
Yeah,
I would leave that area forever and never come back.
Absolutely.
Oh, God, yeah.
See that then it just makes you look suspicious, though. Right?
Fuck that! I'm not getting found out by the cartel. Oh, dude, if you're on vacation, then
that's different. Yeah, because you're gonna leave the area anyways. But if you live in the hometown where you found
if we found it right here on the river,
dude, no, because you don't want to come across as like, oh, this person's like hurrying to get out of here.
If you watch a Simple Plan, you won't keep it. That's true. That's why I'm having the dilemma right now.
I'll take the chance.
I would start a not-for-profit organization, then honestly donate it, then give myself an annual salary. Smart man.
Smart of a man. Bitch.
That's what we call washing your money, folks.
See, that's why I just said I would like just portion it out and invest it into businesses. Because A, that money's going to work for you now and like get you more money.
Yeah.
But B, nobody's going to be the wiser.
And then if somebody does come asking for the money, you go, that's chump change now. I got 10 businesses.
Right.
Here's one of the businesses. Take it. It's all yours, dog.
Exactly.
But like, I don't know. The cartel, they can get intel from anyone. You know what I'm saying? They're a powerful group. So if it's cartel money,
I don't have any
dog,
friends because they won't know.
That's what I said, man. Is like it never happened. You wouldn't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
nobody would know.
Thing.
That's true.
Because it literally like I would make that decision the second I realized what it was and that it was safe enough to take. If it didn't exist,
if you knew it was safe enough to take, then
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's mine.
That's what I'm saying. Is like
if you don't know,
like just to even like get out of the area with, you know, it's not like a bait, which is tough too.
I think if it washed up like on a shoreline,
because that's where the kid found it.
I'd totally take it.
That's where the kid found it.
That means
it was on a shoreline.
That means it either like fell off a boat or it like fucking exploded. A boat exploded and that got away or something. Yeah. Whereas they're not gonna ever know that it's landed there.
Right.
It's mine now.
Right.
Fuck you. It's mine now.
But that's what I'm saying. Is like, I'm not talking like a weighted brick at the bottom of a river.
If somebody did know, right, that I found money, I'm not telling them the real amount because if somebody fucking figures it out and goes, wait a second, this kid found $406,000 and we're missing $406,000. Wait a second. No, I'm gonna tell them, oh my God, I found like $150,000.
Yeah. Just mix up
the other 300's gone. Fuck you.
Yeah, we're missing $400,000. What? $200,000? That's crazy.
That's so crazy. Here, I found $150,000.
Yeah, I found $10,000. That's crazy.
Yeah, $10,000. I found that. Oh, you need $1? Here you go, homeless.
But yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know the idea, the hypothetical situation. But like, what are the odds? And I know that kid, you know, he probably felt really good about it because
fuck him. Fuck that kid.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
That's just get
dumbest
punched
fucking
in the throat.
Yeah, but like
you find $400,000 and you're not gonna keep it.
When you're growing up, like your parents, I don't know. I guess you know this. What my parents.
I don't care what like, my parents taught me growing up. $400,000. I'll pay my parents to shut the fuck up.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing, though, is like. What parent ever thinks like my child is going to come home with 400 and plus $1,000?
Those parents change their morals real quick when they hear the story. They're like, wait, son, remember I told you should always return things? This we never talk about again.
Yeah.
The parents were like shutting the kid's mouth because she's like, but guys, there was like $1.5 million and there's $400,000.
Yeah. Plus
like, here, give it to us.
Yeah,
we'll
that
turn
too.
it in.
How do we know?
Yeah.
How do we know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do we know it wasn't more?
Yeah. But that's, even with that, it's like,
Do you think they would keep track? Do you think that if you're the police,
yeah,
they found the money? It's found money. They didn't have to turn it in, but they turned in 400,000. Are you really going to keep track of them if they
I'm
kept
sure they
500?
did. I'm sure they did.
I have a question. So like, say that you were to find.
It's not criminal money.
Doesn't
because
matter.
It's not proven to be tied to anything criminal.
Doesn't matter.
So it's a fine. No, there's a finder's law that is in play then, because it's a literal law that goes into play, and it's the same thing. Like you can't federally owned grounds, they have the law too, whereas if it's finder's law, where if it kind of retracts finder's law, actually, that if you find something in federal land, like a national forest or whatever, it's automatically theirs.
Okay.
But because in any other spot in the US, like if you find it and it's not tied to anything criminal or impede any investigations,
you're golden.
It's all yours.
But do you get taxed on it? Is it income tax?
Yeah, I don't know. Is it a gift?
It's like, yeah, you can keep it. The IRS is going to take it.
Yeah, the IRS is going to fuck you though.
Man,
I don't know.
I wouldn't even. I wouldn't. Honestly, if I were to find something, I wouldn't say a goddamn thing to anybody.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
I would immediately segment it out so that way it doesn't come off as suspicious, and I would just live comfortably.
Now,
forever.
okay, but does it change? Does it change your mind depending on the increment of how much money you find?
No.
Like if you find a couple million.
What?
Right.
I didn't find anything.
If I
Dude, somebody's hurting. Somebody's hurting, and somebody wants that money.
Not my problem.
It's going to be.
Says who?
You guys need to watch A Simple Plan because it's going to change your guys' mind real quick.
A
You're going
movie?
to really
Yeah.
think about it. Up to $50,000 is considered a gift, and the rest would have to pay a capital gains tax. However,
he's
if
right.
he donates, I believe 20%, he can only pay 10% tax. Oh yeah.
Damn.
Also, if you immediately you have
Come in
6
clutch
months
with the info, homo.
you have 6 months
thought about
to
this.
invest it into a higher amount.
Mhm.
If you invest it within, I think it's 3 or 6 months, then you don't get taxed at all. They can't capital gains tax you.
Nice.
That's how those real estate moguls get so rich, is because they just roll it over within that period.
Yep.
They'll roll more than they currently have
Yeah.
into a new property, and then they don't owe any tax on it.
Damn.
It's smart.
That's smart
genius.
as fuck.
Yep. There's a guy on he used to be on Concrete, the YouTube show, hashtag not sponsored. It was Ben Mala, and he's a big real estate Jewish real estate guy, and he always talks shit about being a Jewish real estate guy. And that's why I brought it up. And unfortunately they split and went separate ways, but he literally would tell you exactly how he's doing it. Like, hey, this is exactly how I'm not getting taxed on this. And it's a legal loophole that I can use forever.
Damn.
Like nobody's going to stop this from happening. And that's where I learned a lot of stuff
That's
from.
fucking
Was like
absurd.
learning,
It's
just
pretty
learning from
crazy.
these guys that do this.
But
shit.
that's how you make the money. That's how you
because it's not actual money.
capitalize
It's
on
net
that.
worth. It's
Yeah.
not actual money. He doesn't own that money. So that's like when you see people that have a net worth of like $530,000 or $530 million, right? They don't have $530 million dollars in a bank account.
Yeah.
That's their total asset worth.
Yeah.
So that's properties, that's businesses, that's everything. They don't have that. That's not liquid cash that they can just go spend.
Pull from,
You know what I mean? But even then, you don't need the liquid cash. That's why they always tell you don't ever focus on your liquid asset or on your liquid amount. Always focus on your net worth, because your net worth is what people, big
That's
sharks,
what they- that's what they look
that's
at.
what they look at is your net worth. So it's like, you don't really need to have that money on hand. Like he doesn't, Ben Mala doesn't have, I mean, he's got a real nice house. He's living lavish, but like, he doesn't have that cash on hand. It's all being rolled over into new properties. Then he pitches those properties, buys a bigger one, and goes and does the same thing.
Rinse, repeat.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
And then eventually, if he wants to pull a certain amount, then you're gonna fucking pay tax on that. But at that point, let's say you get
Doesn't
up,
matter.
say you get up to $530 million net worth, right, in assets. You pull $35 million and you're getting taxed on it. Cool. I have $490 million still in assets that I can pull from. So
That's
it's
true.
like,
He's like, oh no.
oh no, I sold one property for $36 million.
What am I gonna do?
How much do I owe you? Oh yeah. Go
He's
fuck
just counting
yourself,
his bills.
IRS.
How am I gonna pay for this? Oh god, I'm hurting so bad.
Oh no, let me hear. Oh no. Oh, just use my 100. Oh no. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's
I hope to be at that realm sometime where I can worry about my net worth and selling property.
He's just like
that.
he's lining up his cocaine with like a platinum card. Just
You're the weighted black cards.
right.
Hey, I got a weighted card now.
He's gonna shave
And
down
I
to one
love
side,
that
man.
goddamn thing, man.
I have a weighted card from Acorns.
It's
Nice.
awesome. Mine's from Apple.
Oh, did you get
I
the
got
Apple
the
card?
Apple card.
How do you like it?
I love it.
Yeah.
at least 1% cash back on everything,
Oh,
but
that's
most
awesome.
stuff is 2 to 3%.
Not sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Yep.
Yeah, I love it, and it's easy to pay. Pay for everything.
Oh, because
Even-
it's all like automated.
yeah,
right?
and it gives you a schedule too of like how you can pay it off and how much
That's-
interest you'll pay.
That's kind of
And
cool.
so the big reason they came into play was because they wanted to make a card that was low APR percentage, because most places it's like usually I think it's like 12 to 25% or 28% is what the range is. And for me, I've got really, really good credit score, and the first credit card that I ever got jacked me and got me a 25% APR, which doesn't seem too bad until you rack up $1,000 bill and realize if I don't pay this off, every month that I don't pay this off is an extra $250. Fuck you. You want a low APR. So I did the Apple card and I got a pretty damn low APR on
That's
that.
good.
So that's what they were advertising was like, hey, join us because we can give you a lower APR percentage.
That's awesome.
That's interesting. Yeah.
So Apple card, all about it.
Yeah,
but I also got the Apple phone. I got the iMac now. I went from no Apple to all Apple in like 6
I'm telling you,
months.
like honestly, I hated all Apple products until I
fucking
actually
hated
tried
it,
using
yeah.
a MacBook. Best computer I've ever used so far.
I was so against Apple, and then now I'm just, I got it.
I just understand now. Like ever since I've kind of been more affiliated with it, I kind of want to upgrade to like a new iPhone.
Yeah,
actually, but
I
I'm so used
love
to
the new
Android, so I'm not
iPhone,
really
dude.
sure.
I love the new iPhone. It's
I
so
just
nice.
when I hit that point where I'm able to upgrade to get a new phone.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go back to a Note and then follow through with those, because I love the formats of the Notes and everything.
I'm just comfortable with the Galaxy stuff. You know, like it's nothing about like what I want or whatever, but it's just I'm just comfortable.
It doesn't take you long to learn the Apple stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just comfortable with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they've made it super easy to port everything over to iOS.
Mhm.
Oh,
Like
that's
there's
nice.
literally an app you download on both phones, and it goes move to iOS, move.
Yeah, the
it
smart
says-
switch
and
or
then it says
whatever.
move from Android and move to iOS.
Oh, that's cool.
And you just download it on both, and then you
Yeah.
click a pin in, and then it
It just does
syncs
everything
up.
for you.
Yeah.
See, that's kind of awesome.
Yeah. So any of your apps, it'll automatically put them on there from iOS
Nice.
for
Oh, shit.
the iOS version. And
For sure.
shit.
I do like that you can get the expandable memory for the Galaxy stuff though, because I definitely
Yeah,
have
that's true.
I have the I have like a 250
But, like,
gigabyte thing in here.
I mean, this phone, I think this is like a 512 gigabyte phone though.
yeah.
So
that's
it's
true.
like the
That's
phone
what's-
itself.
dude, that's what's
is-
so fucking crazy is like we get these giant consoles and shit
that are
that
1
are
terabyte,
like, yeah, like maybe 1
and this is
terabyte, but
half of that.
yeah, but the
in
the
this.
core consoles, when let's use the
They're
Xbox
like,
One
what,
is
2 gigs or something like that.
no, like the
no,
the
it's
modern day, it was
500
like
megabyte.
500
Yeah, it
megabyte,
was 500 megabyte was the OGs.
Yeah, I remember
That's
that.
right.
and like
now we're at
nowadays,
512 gig.
yeah,
1 terabyte's like the common now.
yeah.
I think the new PS5 is going to be something like 2 terabytes, right?
I haven't even filled my space, and I've had that fucking X. Well, okay, so we got
I filled
new
the space on my
Xboxes, but-
PlayStation quite a bit.
Yeah,
of times.
Yeah.
I filled mine.
Well, you've got the external too.
I filled the external.
yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I guess I don't play.
But
that
there's
much stuff.
they take up so much space. Some of those games. It's like
now
50
the game's
gigabytes
like
here.
60 gig,
Yeah,
120.
yeah.
I mean, Red Dead was like fucking 120 gigs
Jesus.
after all the updates and shit.
Well, fucking Battlefield, dude. That was like with all the expansions. I
Oh,
think the
yeah.
one was like, it was like, it's like 100 and 188 back when like Battlefield 4, like,
Yeah,
with those
and that was
expansions.
ages ago.
Do you have
China
to get like a
Rising and
Do you have to get like a brand specific external hard drive?
No, I use
No.
the same one I use for here. Actually,
shit.
Yeah, it's the same one.
Oh damn!
Because it all runs off Microsoft.
Wait, is it-
PlayStation,
that- oh, that's-
PlayStation's
that's
the
for
only
Xbox.
one. Yeah.
But you can do it on PlayStation too.
really?
But
Mhm.
PlayStation's more picky with their stuff.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
even with mics and stuff and webcams.
Yeah,
Like depending on even with the software that you use for like streaming.
yeah.
I couldn't use my Logitech if I was on Twitch.
yeah,
No
but
shit.
Sony sells hard drives for the same exact price as
For sure.
Yeah, but I have,
For
a,
sure.
I have a Seagate 2 gigabyte, and I was going to see if I can use that for the PlayStation.
Oh, for the PlayStation?
So, yeah, I
well,
don't know.
no. If you're going to use it for your computer, don't do that because you'll have to reformat.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
all
have
about the
anything on it.
formatting.
I have like 2 files.
Or the
on.
capabilities of the formatting.
Okay.
Yeah, the formatting gets weird because
Yeah.
you'll have to either do like an exFAT or
Yeah.
I don't remember what the other ones are, but anyways,
Cool.
Good to
cool.
know.
Man, we went on one topic that just kind of rolled into
Yeah.
a bunch. I'm kind of happy.
Yeah, that was
about
good. That was a good
kinda cool,
episode. I
because
like
I didn't
this.
know I had a couple other topics that we could have hit on,
And we
but-
hit none of them.
Yeah, and I'm glad we didn't because this was a fun one. I
Yeah,
like
I
this
like
kind of
this.
funny stuff. So now we can be treasure hunters.
Yeah. See, I think that we should do formatted questions and such for like the non-live episodes, and then go off script for the live episodes.
Yeah.
I think that kind of works.
I'm all
out
for
pretty
it.
well.
Yeah, I mean, this was pretty off script. We just
Yeah,
chose
well, that's
one
what I'm saying,
topic
yeah.
and then went off script on the rest of it.
Yeah.
But true.
And now look at us. Now we're gonna go scuba diving. So
Mm.
be on the lookout.
And get some
'cause that might
chilies.
happen. We might we might do some live episode or some recorded
Footage, yeah.
footage of us scuba diving and stuff if
Can
it's
we-
feasible.
Some
Can we
found
not do that?
footage.
Can we wait until it's not?
Oh yeah.
They're
not doing classes
No, we're
right
not gonna
now.
do it soon. No.
Even the indoor stuff, I don't think they're doing classes.
Yeah, they're
yet.
doing stuff.
Really?
Yeah, they do shit year round. Yeah. I mean, you think about it, like, you're staying pretty warm.
Yeah.
In those
that's true.
suits, so, but anyways, those will be out like when it's warmer outside.
Yeah.
So we're not cold people.
See.
So, anyways, thank you guys very much for joining us again.
Yeah, it's always
Make
a
sure
pleasure.
that you like and subscribe because
Please.
I'm checking our analytics, and there's like 40% of you that watch our show that don't subscribe. Do it.
You're breaking
Please.
our hearts here.
Do it. Do it now. Anyways, do that. Go to Patreon, patreon.com/WWLTW podcast to support our show. And check out our merch, which is in the link below. You can check it out. And then, yeah, other than that. Oh, yeah, we will have new merch going on there soon, too. I'm going to actually probably work on some of that today. So we should have some new merch.
Subscribe or we're going to kill Drake.
Yes.
So,
Cool.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
He's like,
Kidding.
oh no.
Kidding.
Please do it because I need
I've got
his
stuff
rent
to live
paid.
for.
I need his rent paid for, please. Anyways,
All right.
thank you guys again, and we'll see you next
Ciao.
week. Bye.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm.